then.
Yeah, we definitely have to highlight.
If you can highlight and just mention like what exactly happened, and then we can leave room for expansion like on the next. Because I also have to give time for, these things. I'm still the one who's editing. So you know how editing goes.
Yeah.
So you can only understand it's not like, but we can pick maybe for those policies and maybe do like a 1 hour session. But during, like, okay, what exactly happened? It was during the state morning, like Raila and everything.
Raila died
Yeah.
in the morning. Ruto already even had the intelligence that Raila is dead.
Okay.
Most functions were already postponed not to happen. But he insisted that all these 8 bills had to be signed that morning.
Okay.
And he signed the bill. People are now alleging that he did not know of the death of Raila. And it happened just a little bit, just a while after the announcement of the death. So he signed all these around 8 bills. But the most controversial ones are the Computer and Misuse Act. It's now an act now that it has been signed, Computer and Misuse, the Privatization Act, and the Land Laws Act that have now been enacted.
Okay.
But what is catching fire right now is the Computer and Misuse Act now, that the amendments that have been made to it.
Okay, what does that entail?
And one of the critical things, I asked myself one reason. Why is it that this Computer and Misuse Act is being amended? And I realized they were lying to people that there are certain things they are going to be preventing. Things such as, harmful content, child P, something like that online that is going to be there. But that was just a disguise. What they realized, the Committee on Computer Misuse and Crimes did not have the power to take down websites, to take down social media accounts. Because one of the requirements internationally, if a certain media company is going to be taking out a website, it has to be justified in law. If they write to the company, they say that this person has contravened this law and a certain thing, it has to be justified. So they realized that this committee does not have this power. So the first thing they created, that this committee, they added a certain section. What they did, they have amended Section 6.
Okay.
So they have amended Section 6 to provide an additional paragraph after J, to provide that committee would have the power to strike out any website or social media pages or online content that they feel is promoting illegal activities, such as terrorism, child something, gross materials, or bullying, all this. So they are conferring that heavy power.
Is that necessary? Is that a good thing or no?
It is a bad thing, because...
But why?
It is a bad thing. First of all, we need to
Because even the things that you've mentioned, first of all, terrorism, one, definitely we know East Africa is notorious for that.
The question is, how will they interpret this and how will they use it? That is the first thing. The moment you make any content online, or they might deem it as harmful misinformation or likely to cause public chaos. In fact, that is what they always use. They always say that the information published by this person is likely to cause public chaos. So this is illegal. That is how they always correspond with those charges. So they would want to use that section, that anytime they feel like it would cause public chaos, they write to the company X, they write to Meta, they write to any company, and immediately your social media accounts or website would be pulled down.
Because let's be honest.
Also, no. It gives them power to also take down social media wholly. Like in Tanzania, there was a time X was taken down.
Yeah.
There was a time in, I don't know if it's Nepal, other countries, social medias were actually banned in that country. So it gives this committee also the power. If they realize that the entire X has been infiltrated with certain disinformation, they will take that platform down.
I think I've talked about this before on I don't remember which episode it was, but I was just saying, like, we're in one country where I think now people are kind of like misusing social media because of the freedom it gives them. Because think about it, like when they say for terrorism, definitely that's very necessary. For child P, very necessary. And not even that.
But you see, you're also falling for it the same way they want people to fall for it.
Because
look at social media as a very heavy user of social media. Social media itself has a very foolproof system of taking down a lot of content. If right now I post a content that has a lot of blood in it on YouTube, they would definitely realize and censor it. If I post a content that has something that is very illegal, that system has a way of pulling it down. So there is already international systems and methods and regulators who are already tasked with these things.
True, but also let's not forget that also being in Africa, in general, like just Africa in general, we do have like different culture and ways of how like even our kids are being brought up.
Yes.
Like, you go to different countries, the same way you've touched on a few things, ages of consent are different.
Yes,
Cultures are different. Prostitution is illegal in Kenya. In the States, it's legal. In other, there are few states where it's not legal. In Europe, it's practically legal. So there are so many other different things that still come into play that might favor us culturally. But I think their main concern is probably political, like pushes, like from people, critics.
If we have to,
But some of the things that are tied into that, if they didn't exist, they are just playing like a clean game as well.
Yes, but that
I'm playing devil's advocate again.
So
people don't start saying here like, so you're supporting. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate because.
But that is how they do it.
Yeah.
When they want to make that amendment, they do not make it direct that we're going to be taking certain website.
Yeah.
They first try to manipulate you. They tell you that the justification for this is because we want to take certain illegal websites, certain bullying to certain people.
So it's more censorship.
But in real sense, censorship. It's exactly that censorship. So that manipulation and justification has to be there in first.
Yeah.
But the reason why we must assume that whatever they want to do is censorship is also we know the intention of this government. We know how they have tried so hard to censor people. In fact, the reason why they have amended Section 6 to give them power to take websites is they realized that most of the people who they were arresting, the bloggers, the social media users, they would never have a watertight case that was supported constitutionally in court. So the fact that they realized, of course, we might not have this power to jail these people.
So legally, they can't really do
power to take these social media accounts down. So that is what they realized. Of course, we might not take you on social media or in court or jail you, but we'll take down your account.
But do you think that's necessary? In some cases.
To take people's account out?
Yes.
No, it is not necessary.
And keep in mind.
Let me say this.
Keep in mind, it's not just in Kenya. Andrew Tate has been banned on TikTok. Is it fair? No. No. So if we are planning on, playing an even ground, then let Andrew Tate have his channel back.
Yeah.
Let's let people have like the full freedom. But if we're talking about like there's some people who might be too vocal and they have to be slowed down a bit, it's because they have
For
that
me,
influence.
I've said in online.
Yeah.
In a democratic society, you have the freedom to say the worst thing about the government. Even if I wake up today and say
yes and no,
Ruto must die because of this, no one should question you.
No. Here's the thing. Also, here's the thing. Let me say this. Here's the thing. And I think there's somebody who said this.
That is our democratic society. That is the philosophy.
Very true. But also remember,
free speech.
And I'll tell you why. Like even why.
If I'm attacking you personally and say that you must do this, that when I'm hurting you as a person.
I'll
tell a political figure.
No, I understand. And also let me just give you my input in this. Like again, I'll say it like, as much as, and that's what I'm saying, like, I think we have too much freedom that people don't understand, like, even the consequences of that. Because, yes, you have the right to say whatever you want.
Yes.
But you do not have the right to stop some of the things that might happen to you. Perfect example in the States, somebody like Charlie Clark. Super vocal. He had his points, going to talk to young people here and there, like increased his net worth and everything. He was pushing gun amendments, freedom of speech, and all these things that are great about America. But you cannot stop the consequences of what might happen to you
For sure.
Freedom of speech is there. That's why I think there was like, I had like another episode with some girls here and I was talking to them. If I'm in, let's say, what do you call it? Like this protest.
Yeah.
I cannot protest next to women and listen to what they're saying. Not just because of women, because the consequences that await me and them, two different things.
True.
So we are seeing cops with rungus there and tear gas and guns. And then we go, it's like, hey, freedom, yeah. And then, you know how, like, there's nothing you can do to us. The cops are looking at you and they're looking at them. Who do you think they're going to smoke out first? You're going home in a body bag. Have you had during all these protests any woman who has died?
Nope.
Exactly. So even when you're next to people, you have to assess the situation. Just look at it. It's like, oh, so I might be taken out. This person next to you might be saying like, no, you know your rights. Don't let them do anything to you. You will be shot in the head. And then they'll start saying like again, like, oh, please, Nini, justice for Nini. No, you have to understand like all these consequences because we are saying yes. Yeah. But when you're in that position and something happens to you, it's going to be, oh, RIP and justice for Nani. Like we said, you're very young and there's still so much for you to, like, can you imagine at your peak the things that you'll be able to do?
Definitely.
If you're thinking the way you're thinking now, you're moving the way you're thinking, why would we take that away from you right now?
For sure.
Even why would you take that away from yourself right now? Like even your kids haven't gotten to see you. Why would you take it away before it even happens?
Yeah, that self-preservation must always be
we also have to like just remember like as much as we do have freedom of speech, but are you going to will your freedom of speech stop that person from doing something to you?
Idi Amin said that there is, I guarantee you freedom of speech.
Yes.
But I don't guarantee you freedom after speech.
There you go. And we should also realize this is a worldwide thing. Like people tried, an assassination attempt was done at Trump. That's Trump.
Anyone.
Charlie Kirk was just shot in front of people. And this is in America.
In fact, that's the dangerous part about politics. There is always someone that you're triggering that does not agree with you, no matter how good you're the things you're fighting for.
It doesn't matter how big you think you are. The guy who was smoked in the roundabout.
Yeah. Such kind of things.
And he was known to be like, big bully, apparently, and all those other things. But people knew him for being like, a goon.
Yeah.
But what happened to him?
Gone.
Just like that. And his story is done. Done.
After death, nobody remembers.
Yeah. So just think about it like, if you're trying to live here to like enforce the policies and the ideologies and everything, again, emotional intelligence plays a big role.
It has to be strategic.
Yeah. You can say things, but also like if you want to say them for a longer time, like 40 years, because let's be honest, have I heard Raila insulting anyone? Like, like the insults that nowadays we get.
No.
Like your mom, sijui is nini, we sijui kwenda huko sijui ni. Have I ever? And we're talking about somebody who has given the government and states of head chaos back to back. I've never heard him say anything crazy.
That was the aspect of even handshakes.
Yes.
Because he would disagree with you one time, handshake with you, disagree with you again. So he has already created an image that this is someone who I can work with. So I cannot even kill him.
Problem solving skill. And I think even for me, I lack that. I don't know how to do that. Disagreements, and then maybe like after weeks, like I give you a call. It's like, okay, Ebu, let's just think about how
that tactic has enabled him to preserve himself for a long time and not die.
Coming from the Moi era.
In fact, Moi had the capacity to even kill him.
At any time he wanted. But just imagine like for you to survive through all that. It means like there are smarter ways that you can go about things. You don't really necessarily have to say or do some certain things, which might, honestly speaking, take your life, Nini. I've said that enough times. And even when women are doing the debate and I'm doing the debate, I'm always telling them like, I can't listen to what you're saying. Because your consequences and mine are completely different. Those guys will come and drag me from my house today. They'll say, what? women and children, even the rule of war is always women and children, just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
You don't even draft them in the war.
Just leave them alone. And, even when Ukraine was doing Nini,
Yeah.
perfectly example, young men, you are dragged.
From
You
your
have
home.
to go
You have to
and
fight.
you have to go and represent and fight for your country. Women, no.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate, but we have to keep that in mind again. So you have just stay safe out there. The best thing that you can do is like, if you want to see all these policies come to life, you grow into like the perfect leader that you're trying to be.
Yeah.
We have to be smart because,
For sure. You have to be smart, very strategic.
yeah.
Make sure that you're still alive to fight for people.
Yes.
To grow as a person.
And see the changes that you want come to place.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. Yeah.
So now we'll definitely discuss like, the signed, what are they called? Bills. Are they bills?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll discuss the signed bills like on the next episode. So we'll give that a week, but this one we have to drop next week. So I think we'll close.